5 midfielders Arsenal need to sign. So lads, in terms of the Arsenal midfield, as I've said many a time, it's something that Arsenal definitely need to improve on. Whether it comes to Granit Xhaka being inconsistent, Lucas Moura not being tall enough according to some Arsenal fans, Matteo Guendouzi again also being not consistent enough, and Danny Ceballos just spinning constantly, I think it's safe to say the Arsenal midfield is far from something that is enough for Arsenal to be winning titles. So if you look into the Arsenal midfield, there's many areas that Arsenal need to address. Arsenal simply needs to invest in players to improve the areas and then finally one day challenge again for the Premier League title, which may seem very far away, but trust me lads, we only need a few signings and we might be there. And that brings us today where we will discuss 5 midfielders that Arsenal need to sign. In this list we will discuss midfielders that are defensive midfielders, attacking midfielders, central midfielders and overall just midfielders in general. But with that being said guys, let's get into it and let's discuss 5 midfielders that Arsenal Football Club need to sign. I hope you're listening Arsenal, because watch this video to the end and find out what players I'm talking about. Let's get into this. Tis the season of the transfers. The window isn't even open, but I'm still talking. That was awful. Let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? My name is Basil14 and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back again to discuss 5 midfielders that Arsenal Football Club need to sign. Now as I've already said lads, in terms of the Arsenal field and the aspect of it, it's a very dysfunctional thing. From Mesut Ozil not performing to his level, from Xhaka being inconsistent and Guendouzi just I don't know, to even some fans starting to doubt and man at Lucas Moura. But need I say, the Arsenal midfield is something that Arsenal definitely need to improve on. And in today lads, we will find ways to improve it. I will make sure by the end of this video Arsenal have a midfield that is able to win the Premier League. Now whether Arsenal go and actually get that midfield, that's probably not going to happen, but hey lads, your boy can dream. But with that being said guys, before we get into the video itself, make sure to go out there and show the video some love. Smash 100 likes, your boy would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel also if you are new. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers and we are getting there. We are working harder than ever, daily uploads FC, so please if you could subscribe and turn on the post notifications, I would appreciate it. Also lads, if you could follow my social media, my Twitter page is hilarious, my Instagram page is not as active, but please follow that as well. Also make sure to subscribe to the Off Fridays, my group channel, insane content. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you even waiting for? And also as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments on the video itself, other top 5s you want to see, and in terms of the players I talk about, would you take them and can Arsenal even sign them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But without any more further ado lads, let's get into this and let's discuss 5 midfielders that the Arsenal Football Club just need to sign. Arsenal, it's time to listen and it's time to sign. Let's be talking. In terms of the first midfielder lads, it's gonna be Real Betis midfielder Nabil Fekir. Nabil Fekir, you know. Now in terms of Nabil Fekir, of course he currently plays for Spanish side Real Betis, having left Lyon last summer in a shock move to Betis. But Betis is where he's played the season and he's had a very good season at Betis, and he's even been included in the La Liga team of the season. That is only on FIFA, but it's still the same thing basically. In terms of the stats, the man has made 22 appearances, scoring 7 goals, but then if you look into the individual performances, you can see the player has had a very good season. It has led interest from a lot of clubs, including the likes of Arsenal, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, and hear this out lads, Newcastle. Are you being serious? I mean, Bav, let's not laugh because once the owners come in, they're probably going to be better than us. But hey, Newcastle. Now let's talk Nabil Fekir and what strengths does he possess. In terms of Fekir, his strengths are pretty simple. The man has an absolute rocket of a shot, and long shots are definitely one of his best traits. But apart from the lads, he also has a lot more to offer. I'm talking dribbling, the ability to take set pieces, the ability to make key passes, and overall be a very good complete midfielder. Now of course, if Fekir was to come to Arsenal in terms of where he play, would obviously be in the Mesut Ozil role. He isn't a central midfielder, he can play out wide but not as good, and for me he's a player who I think has the ability to play in that Mesut Ozil role. Now of course, in terms of him coming to Arsenal, this is a bit of an iffy situation, and really enough lads, it's not actually down to the money. As I've already said lads, the man has been courted by the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona, and according to some reports, Nabil Fekir is only going to leave Betis if it is the Real Madrids or the Barcelonas. Because let's get straight lads, why on earth would he want to come to 9th place Arsenal when you've got Barcelona and Real Madrid? But in terms of me and my personal thoughts, I think Arsenal need to go for Fekir because he's a player who won't be that expensive and will bring Arsenal a lot of qualities. And also let's not forget lads, it would reunite it with man like Lacazette. Lacazette Fekir, we are living Gucci life. Moving on lads, on to the second midfielder, and it's going to be Lyon midfielder Houssem Aouar. From Nabil Fekir, one former Lyon player to a current Lyon player, man like Houssem Aouar. Now of course Aouar is a player who your boy can't stop talking about. Just the sight of him alone really makes me feel good. Nothing more than that. And so of course Houssem Aouar is a player who we've already discussed, so if you want to watch a video that's more in depth of him, go over and watch that. Of course, in terms of the highlights of Houssem Aouar, in terms of strength, it's simple: his passing, his dribbling, and overall just being a top baller. In terms of where Houssem Aouar can play, of course he is a very versatile player. He can play on the left hand side to a decent extent. He can also play as an attacking midfielder and also has the ability as well to play as a deep lying playmaker. So by signing a player like Houssem Aouar, we'll be getting a player who has the ability to fill in a lot of roles that Arsenal need as well. So of course, in terms of the ability and in terms of the versatility, the man is a no-brainer. Where it becomes a lot harder, of course, is the fact that he plays for Lyon and he's not going to be cheap. And when it comes to Arsenal, lads, when it's not cheap, it's just not enough facilities. Of course, in the past, we signed players like Aubameyang and Pepe for a lot of money, but we're not that club that are just going to break the bank every single season. And to sign Houssem Aouar, especially out of a club like Lyon, who have a president who's very, very stubborn, we are going to have to shell out the cash. And for me, lads, is that going to happen? I honestly highly doubt it. But hey, lads, as I've said at the start of the video many times, your boy can dream. Please just let me dream. Moving on, lads, on to the third midfielder, and it's gonna be Aston Villa's Jack Grealish. Super Jackie Grealish. That's right, lads, I would like to see the return of the Super Jack giant to the Arsenal, and by doing that, you're gonna have to sign man like Super Jack Grealish. Now, of course, in terms of Jack Grealish, the man is an English player who currently plays for the Aston Villa, and let's just get it straight, lads, he is their best player by a country mile. I mean, by a country 10,000 miles. The man basically is Aston Villa, and in terms of this season having brought Aston Villa up for the Championship last season, Grealish has ripped the Premier League apart. In terms of the stats, the man has played 37 games, scoring 5 goals, and that's not really electrifying, but of course, lads, that doesn't tell the whole story, because if you look into the individual games this season, there's so many games where Grealish literally grabbed Villa by the scruff of their necks and just carried them forward. And if Aston Villa are to stay up, it's going to be all down to man like Jack Grealish. Now, of course, in terms of Grealish as a midfielder and where he can play, he again is a very versatile player. For Villa this season, he's playing left wing, central midfield, and also attacking midfield. And as I've already said, lads, those are positions that Arsenal need filling. We do need a left winger, and we also need an attacking midfielder, and we also need a central midfielder. And if we were to sign Jack Grealish, we would be addressing all his roles to a very decent extent. Now, when it comes to the strengths of Jack Grealish, they're pretty simple. His passing is very good, his shooting is decent as well, but mainly, lads, his dribbling is very, very good. And that, of course, is very key for Arsenal, because, of course, in terms of the Arsenal midfield, we don't have that many good dribblers. So, of course, lads, if we were to sign Jack Grealish, we could then play him in that role, and he could be a very good ball carrier from deep. Dare I say, almost like a young Jack Wilshere. The memories. Why didn't it work? Injuries. Now, of course, in terms of actually signing Grealish, this is where it gets a bit harder. But in terms of him leaving, there's a lot of clubs that want him. Arsenal not the only team that want him. Man United are after him as well, and so are Chelsea. And not even just a competition, but if Aston Villa are to lose their main man, they're gonna want a lot of money for it. And as I've already said, lads, when it comes to spending a lot of money, Arsenal just don't have the facilities for that. So do Arsenal want to spend 40-50 million pounds on a player? Personally, of course I would, and of course even my crib when I signed the guy. But in terms of Arsenal, I'm just not quite sure. But in terms of me, you know, your boy would take him. Jack Grealish, the Arsenal Super Jack John, bring Super Jack back to the Emirates, and the Super Jack that actually is not injury prone. So yeah, Raul Leahy, if you're listening, just listen up and sign the boy. Moving on to the fourth player, lads, it's going to be Bayer Leverkusen man, Kai Havertz. Yo, Stan Kroenke, if you're watching this video and you have the cash, if you're going to spend on one player, it might as well be man like Kai Havertz. The man is a baller. Now, of course, in terms of Kai Havertz, the man is a German midfielder who currently plays for Bayer Leverkusen. In terms of the age, the man is 20 years old, and in terms of his balling ability, it's very top. In fact, despite being only 20 years of age, the man's already played full season for Bayer Leverkusen, where he's made over 130 appearances and scored over 30 goals. The man is only 20 years old. He's 1 year older than me. Now, in terms of the season, the man scored 10 goals in 34 appearances. And if I had to go back to last season, the man scored 20 goals. Need I say any more, lads? The guy is a baller. Of course, in terms of the strengths of the player itself, it's his passing ability, it's his dribbling ability, and of course, his shooting ability. He would be the complete number 10 for Arsenal. If we were to sign Kai Havertz, it's simple. He would be the long-term solution to Mesut Ozil. And just like Mesut Ozil, Kai Havertz is also a German playmaker. He's an attacking midfielder. He's a left-footed player. And of course, he's also a top baller. He's basically Mesut Ozil 2.0, but he can also finish. Arsenal, what are you waiting for? I mean, I say that, but let's get straight, lads. The man would not come on a cheap. We're talking at least 60 to 70 million pounds. I had to take a deep breath there because I know Arsenal not spending that money. But again, lads, as I've said many a time, just let your boy dream and let me think that this is just great mode. And finally, lads, onto the final midfielder, Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey. Yo, God, I know my last point is that Kai Havertz will be a dream signing, but this guy is even more of a dream. Thomas Partey, you know. Now, in terms of Thomas Partey, where do I start? Atletico Madrid Ghanaian midfielder, and he is an absolute tank. He is an absolute baller, and he's a player who Arsenal, I hope, can please sign. Now, of course, in terms of Thomas Partey, he's a player who all Arsenal fans, let's get honest, wants at Arsenal. In terms of that defensive midfielder or central midfielder, Arsenal, he would be the perfect solution. In terms of his strengths, of course, they're pretty dribble. He's a top defensive midfielder. His ball interceptability is insane, fantastic tackling, and also, lads, a fantastic dribbler as well. And that for me is a very key thing, because if you look into the current Arsenal midfield, look at the midfielders you currently have. You have Danny Ceballos, who's a very good dribbler, but overall, apart from that, he's not really good. You can look at Sarah, yes, he's a good tackler and interceptor, but in terms of his overall game, it's pretty basic. And then you've got Granit Xhaka, who, yeah, he's a very good ball player, but apart from that, he can be exposed. And then you get Thomas Partey, a very good dribbler, a very good passer, a very good tackler, interceptor, and overall a very good player. And in terms of the season, the man has been absolute rock for Atletico Madrid. In terms of him actually leaving Atletico Madrid, it looks like it's going to be a very likely thing, because despite Thomas Partey's contract expiring in 2020, the man is set to have a release clause in that contract. And with that release clause being £40 million, that means if Arsenal want to spend the money, he can be our player. Now, of course, with that, sometimes your club can spend the money on a player, and the player might not want to come. But that is not in the case of Thomas Partey, or at least not according to his cousins. Because according to every source coming from Thomas Partey, his cousins, his doctor, his dog, he wants to come to the Arsenal. So what I'm saying to you guys is, here we have a player who is absolutely perfect for Arsenal midfield, who would resolve so many of our issues, who wants to leave Atletico Madrid, who is in our price range, so surely Arsenal can't mess this up. We probably are going to mess it up. But for me, lads, in terms of the midfield options and in terms of the 5 players I talk about in this video, this guy is the guy I want the most. He's the guy who, if Arsenal have the money for, just go out there and spend on Thomas Partey. We could have a summer where we just signed Thomas Partey, and that for me would be a massive success. That's how much I rate this guy. He resolves a lot of our issues. He wouldn't be too expensive. He wants to come to the Arsenal. Lads, what are we waiting for? Arsenal, you better not fumble this. And if you do fumble this, we're going to have some serious discussions. But with that being said, guys, we are going to end the video there and there. Now, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And also, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments on the players we talked about. Would you take him at Arsenal? Also, make sure to follow my social media as well. Links in the description. Your boy would appreciate it. And also, while you're down there, also subscribe to the Offsiders, my group channel, where we're making some banging content there. And if you want to see banging content, please go out there and subscribe to that channel. And of course, in terms of the video, this is my 4th daily video in a row. And yes, lads, I am enjoying making content again. For too long have I been a person who's made very good content, but content that is not consistent enough. I want to make videos for you guys every single day at every single opportunity. And hopefully you guys are enjoying my content, because right now I am enjoying making my content. So yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoy this stuff. But with that being said, guys, we should end the video there and there. In today's video, we have discussed 5 midfielders that Arsenal need to sign. And if we do sign all 5 of these players, then lads, we're going to win the Premier League, the Champions League, when we're in the World Cup and everything. But most likely chances are we are. Sign them anyways, guys. I'll see you next time in a bit.